This message has been placed before you as a very personal word of comfort from me, because the love that once covered your family has never disappeared from the remembrance of heaven. My beloved child, I know that when those who have passed away are mentioned, there are empty places in your heart that are not easy to name. There are memories that do not make much noise, yet still follow you through every season. There are moments that, with only a brief appearance, are enough to soften your heart. I have seen you miss them in silence. I have seen you wonder whether the prayers, the sacrifices, and the tears of the one who once loved you still mean anything after they left this life. Today, I speak to you with the tenderness of a father. True love is not buried by time, and prayers lifted up in faith do not vanish into emptiness. I heard your grandmother's prayers, the prayers once offered in the quiet of the night with a heart full of concern and love. There were things she asked of me for you that you never knew. There were times when she called your name before me when you were still too young to understand the value of that covering. There were tears she shed not because she was weak, but because her love for you was so deep that she wanted me to keep you through the roads of life. She herself could not walk in your place. Those words are still remembered by me. Not one sincere prayer is forgotten before me. Not one quiet sacrifice is taken lightly. I have kept them like precious seeds, and in the beautiful time appointed, I know how to cause them to sprout into strength and support for you. Do not think that your loss is the final chapter of the story. I am the one who can step into the deepest place of grief and turn it into a stream of comfort. I can take the memories that once made your throat tighten and turn them into a source of strength. I can use the love that once covered your family to remind you that you have not been abandoned in this life. Those you love are no longer present in the old way, but the affection, prayers, and good imprint they left behind can still become a lamp guiding you through dark days. I am not telling you to forget your sorrow. I want you to place that sorrow into my hands, so I can soothe it, heal it, and turn it into a place where you recognize my nearness more deeply than ever before. Today, I am opening a wind of restoration over your bloodline. The cycles of pain, lack, anxiety, and burdens passed from season to season do not have the right to rule forever. I am placing my hand upon your family, upon the unresolved things, upon the quiet cracks, upon the needs you do not know how to express to anyone. I am bringing healing into your body, peace into your mind, provision into the places of lack, and clarity into the places where you were once confused. What I am doing does not touch only one moment. It touches the long road ahead. I want you to understand that you are not only someone who inherited old pain, you are also called to become the starting point of a new season. Perhaps you once felt abandoned in the hardest days. Perhaps you looked around and saw that the people who could have comforted you were no longer there. Perhaps you wished you could hear one more word of advice, one familiar voice, one touch, one presence you knew so well, just to know that you would be all right. I have seen all those longings. I have counted every tear shed in remembrance, every time you swallowed your grief and kept living, every prayer that has not yet seen an answer. My beloved child, I have never stopped seeing you. I am not only with you when you're strong, I am closest to you when you no longer know where to lean. When you thought you were standing alone, I was still quietly covering you with mercy. the things your loved ones could not repair while they were alive. I can still repair with my power and wisdom the words they did not have time to say. I can bring comfort in another way, the doors they could not open for you. I can open at the right time. The burdens of finances, health, family, and relationships that once made you weary, I am stepping into each part with my light. Do not limit my answer to one single image. I can send help through an opportunity, through a kind-hearted person, through a new idea, through an unexpected change, through a peace that helps you know which path to choose. I can use something small to open something great. Use delay to protect you, and use old tears to water a new harvest. Messengers of light are being sent by me around you as a sign that you are being watched over. Your home, your life, the people you love, and the things you are worried about are not beyond my reach. I do not want you to live in fear, nor do I want you to believe that if you miss one moment, my love will be withdrawn. No, my child, my love is more enduring than your anxiety. But I call you to remain attentive because I want you to recognize what I am doing. I want you to receive comfort instead of continuing to tell yourself that you must be strong alone. There are blessings that require an awakened heart to recognize them. There are healings that begin when you allow yourself to be comforted. Your loved one left more in your life than memories. They left prayers, lessons, sacrifice, and traces of compassion. There are things you inherited that are not only bloodline, but also endurance, kindness, the ability to rise after loss, and the ability to love even after being wounded. I am using those things to lift you up. I am turning the pain of your family into a testimony of restoration. What once made you feel small will no longer be allowed to define you. What once made you cry in the night will no longer have the final voice. I am continuing the story with light, with grace, and with faithfulness that time cannot fade. So open your heart. My beloved child, let remembrance become prayer. Do not let it remain only a wound. Let the memory of the one you love lead you into gratitude. Do not let it pull you forever into regret. Let your faith rise and say that what has been lost cannot steal all the good that is still coming. I still have gifts for you. I still have doors that will open. I still have timely provision, healing in the right places, and guidance along the right path. The one you love once prayed for you to have peace. And I, the one who heard those prayers, I'm continuing to care for you with a love greater than every loss. Walk forward in rest, because you have not been forgotten in the current of life. I am placing around you a covering circle of mercy, renewing the parts that have grown weary, lighting the places that were once dark, turning grief into hope and tears into a new source of life. As the days ahead unfold, you will see certain things being rearranged gently yet surely. You will recognize help arriving at the right time, comfort reaching the right place, and peace returning just when you need it most. Trust me, my child, the love that prayed for you has not been lost, and my love for you is greater than all of it. I will lead you through this season with tenderness, heal what still hurts, provide what is still lacking, and cause your life to bloom as evidence that not one of your tears has ever been overlooked by me. This moment is not a coincidence. my child, for you are being drawn into a divine time that I prepared beforehand. Do not take lightly the stirring rising within your heart. And do not think that you happen to pause here by chance among the countless noises of life. There are encounters arranged by grace, and there are reminders that come at the right time, not to startle you, but to bring you back to what I am doing. The delay you have experienced was not rejection. It was preparation. I used that time to forge endurance within you, to separate you from what no longer fit, to deepen your faith, and to arrange the details behind the veil that you could not yet see. When the door I open for you comes at the right time, no darkness can close it, no opposing word can cancel it, and no human hand can take away what I have appointed for you. You have entered a holy hour, where old pain is no longer allowed to keep you in the shape of disappointment. The things you once cried over, the things you once thought you would never understand, the seasons that made you feel as though you had been pushed too far back, I am using all of them to bring you closer to the promise. You are not here by mistake. You have not been awakened in this moment without meaning. You are being covered, reminded, drawn back into awareness, and placed before a confirmation that I have always been watching over you. I know the nights when you wanted to give up. I know how many times you had to hold back your sighs, swallow your tears, and pray silently in a room full of people where no one truly understood the battle you were carrying. I know the times when you felt like someone standing in a crowd and yet still alone, because what you were enduring was not easy to say, and not everyone was gentle enough to listen. But I understand. I stood beside you when no one else realized that you needed to be lifted. I was near you in the moments when you thought you were completely alone. I kept you through the days when you did not know how to keep going. I gave you strength in the times when you thought you had run dry. And now, I am proving that you have never truly been alone. My presence does not always come with a loud sound. Often, I come as a very quiet peace, as a hidden strength that helps you get through one more day, as a small ray of light just enough to keep you from letting go in the dark night. You were kept because there is still something I want to do through your life. You were led through heavy seasons because I have not finished your story. Sacred protection is being sent around your home, around the places where you rest, around the doors you walk through, around the things you cherish, and around the parts of your life that were once disordered. Where chaos once tried to rule, I am bringing peace in. Where arguments, anxiety, tension, and heaviness once took up space, I am restoring calm. You may have passed through betrayal that made it hard for your heart to trust again. You may have tasted rejection that made you question your worth. You may have carried weariness in your body, pressure in your mind, lack in your circumstances, and long-standing worries in your finances. But today, I am rewriting your story. I will not let the old chapter be the final chapter. I will not let pain have the last voice. I will not let what once opposed you become your definition. Your name is not lost in the crowd. Your name is known within my covering. A scroll of blessing is being opened in my goodwill, and upon it is a mark for your life. Not because you made yourself worthy by your own strength, but because my mercy chose to touch you. What I am bringing does not only touch an immediate need, It has the power to reach farther than you think. There are prayers from those who came before you that still echo in mercy. There are tears from previous generations that were not answered in the way they hoped. But I have not forgotten. There are seeds of faith that were sown before you even knew. And now I am causing them to bear fruit in your time. This is not only a blessing for one day. This is an inheritance of grace. A stream of restoration touching you so that what was once interrupted can continue in peace. My spirit is moving through your family right now, touching places that were once covered by division, heaviness, wounds, and old cycles. Every dark plan that once wanted to bind you in fear. Every heavy word that once followed your family like a shadow. Every whisper that tried to sow doubt, bitterness, and chaos must become silent before my voice. Where I enter, confusion is no longer allowed to rule. Where my light is welcomed, darkness loses its hiding place. Where my peace reigns, the storms within must grow calm. I am making your home into a refuge. Not only a place with a roof, but a place covered by my presence, where you can breathe, rest, pray, and be renewed. Nothing formed against you can prosper when I have placed a protective boundary around your life. I am securing that by my faithfulness, the prayers from your bloodline, the cries once raised in the night, the unfulfilled longings of those who have left this earth but still left a trace of love in your story, all of them have touched something powerful in the heights. You are not living only for yourself. There are restorations in your life that will break cycles for those who come after you. There are doors I open for you that will become milestones for your whole family. There are things I heal in you that will not stop with you, but will spread like light, passing through rooms that were once dark. This is confirmation for you. The provision that was once delayed is moving toward you according to my order. But you must understand, what I send is not only so you can get through the day and then return to the same fear. It comes with purpose. It comes to restore, to build, to heal, to support, and to set your life again upon a firmer foundation. I do not want you to live forever in the mindset of only asking for enough to survive hardship. I want to teach you how to receive abundance with humility and steward it with wisdom. When I give, I do not only fill your hands, I also prepare your heart so you will not be lost because of what you receive. The abundance that comes from me does not take you away from me. It draws you closer to me. More grateful, more generous, and more discerning. I am the Father of fullness. I know how to multiply what was once broken into something carrying glorious beauty. I know how to take the fragments of the past and build an altar of gratitude. I know how to turn lack into provision, sorrow into wisdom, failure into preparation, and years of waiting into a testimony of my faithfulness. You do not need to force yourself to understand everything that will happen. You only need to keep your heart close to me. Walk in quiet obedience. Guard the peace in your home, and receive what I am doing with a clean heart. This moment is not accidental. This is the time I awaken you to recognize that delay has served preparation. Pain is being exchanged for promise, and the things I arranged behind the scenes are beginning to step into the light of your life. The loved one you lost has not vanished from love, memory, or light. And I want you to know that the separation is not the full stop to the sacred bond that once connected you to them. My beloved child, I know that longing grows very heavy on some days, like an emptiness no one else can fill. I know there are moments when you look at a familiar object, hear an old sound, pass through a place where their footsteps once were, and your heart suddenly softens with remembrance. But I want you to hear me with tenderness. True love is not erased by absence. What was sown in love still echoes within you in the way you live, the way you remember, the way you continue walking even when tears quietly return. I have allowed them to see the steps you are overcoming in my light. They do not look upon you with hopeless sorrow, nor do they want you to live forever in the numbness of loss. They rejoice when they see you still rising, when they see you learning to breathe again, when they see the chains that once bound you beginning to fall, link by link, what they once hoped for you, what they once desired for you to receive, what they once wanted you to become in peace and freedom. I am gradually bringing it into reality. You thought you were walking through this season of restoration alone, but the love that once surrounded you is still preserved by me. And I am using that memory not to make you hurt more, but to remind you that you are still loved, still supported, still called to move forward. I am placing my hand upon you with the tenderness of a father, and I declare peace over your life, peace over your heart, which has suffered too many wounds and separations that are not easy to put into words. Peace over your mind, which has been pulled through endless circles of thought, unanswered questions, worries about tomorrow, and old memories returning like waves against the shore. Peace over your provision, so the fear of lack will no longer control every decision. Peace over your health, so your body may rest, recover, and be cared for in light and wisdom. You are not cursed, you are covered. You are not forgotten, you are called by name in mercy. You are not defeated. You are being prepared to step into a new journey with strength you did not know had been placed within you. Tonight, something invisible yet undeniable is beginning to shift the atmosphere around you. It may come as a sudden stillness in the middle of familiar anxieties. It may come as a deep breath you have not been able to fully take in a long time. It may come as new strength touching the place where you once felt fragile, causing you to realize that you are no longer as afraid as before. Do not call that coincidence. It is my presence drawing near to you. And when I draw near, nothing can remain exactly as it was. Heaviness must step back. Fear must lower its voice. The thoughts that have exhausted you must gradually lose their power. The places that once hurt within you will be touched by healing light quietly, yet deeply and enduringly. When my presence covers your life, even the things that seemed fixed can be undone. Sickness has no right to define you. Debt has no right to say your future is locked. Pain has no right to turn you into someone who lives in fear forever. What you have endured is not the final sentence. It can become the place where I cause strength, mercy, and wisdom to arise. I am not saying you were never hurt. I know you were hurt. I am not saying you were never weak. I know there were days when you thought you could not continue. But I am working even in those places. I am turning the wounded places into places of deeper understanding. Long nights into testimony, and what seemed like loss into soil where new life can grow. What I am doing for you will gradually become so clear that even those who once doubted you will fall silent before the evidence of grace. Not so you can become proud, not so you can stand above anyone, but so you will know that I am the one who knows how to restore honor to those who cried in silence. You had nights when no one heard you. You had days when you tried to appear fine while everything inside was falling apart. You grieved in silence. But I did not overlook that pain. I am preparing blessings not only to ease your heart, but also to silence the mocking words that once said you would never rise again. When I lift you, that lifting will carry the mark of mercy. No one will be able to take credit for it, and you will know that only my love could bring you from that darkness into this light. What is coming to you is not only a blessing, but an answer to the seasons when you endured faithfully through tears. Every tear you shed has watered the soil of your future in ways you have not understood. Every time you chose to remain in trust, the ground beneath your feet was prepared a little more. Every time you were patient instead of returning to despair, the roots of hope grew deeper. I saw you sow in seasons where there was no sign of harvest. I saw you keep praying when the answer was still far away. I saw you try to keep your heart tender when pain wanted to make you hard. And now, the harvest is coming, not small, not narrow, but overflowing according to the goodness I have appointed. You no longer have to live as though the promise is too far away to touch. What I have prepared is drawing near to your door. It is not coming to throw you into panic, but to invite you to open your heart. Open your heart away from doubt. Open your heart away from the fear that if you hope one more time, you will be hurt again. Open your heart away from the habit of protecting yourself by making your expectations small. I know the past taught you to be cautious, but I am teaching you to trust again with wisdom. What I bring will not require you to lose peace in order to receive it. It will come with light, with clarity, and with a gentle confirmation that I am still with you in every step. So stand still in this hour, my beloved child, and let my peace cover you like a warm garment. Let the memory of the one you love no longer be only a wound, but a reminder that love can still lead you toward life. Let old tears no longer make you feel ashamed, but become evidence that you loved deeply, endured truly, and are still being rebuilt by me. I am opening before you a new season, where loss no longer has the final voice, where waiting is no longer a closed room, where your heart can learn to receive without fear. I am near you. I keep you. I am knocking with restoration, with peace, with renewed joy. Open your heart, and you will see that what I have prepared for you is closer than ever before. Now, walk boldly, breathe deeply, and let your heart rest in the peace I give. My beloved child, tonight you do not need to carry your worries into sleep, nor do you need to hold tightly to unanswered questions as though you must solve everything yourself before dawn comes. You are being covered beneath the wings of my love, wrapped in an unchanging promise, and kept in the everlasting covenant I have placed upon you. I will not leave you in your weakness, nor abandon you when you are confused. I was with you in the days when you did not know where to go, and I will still be with you in the days ahead. When everything begins to unfold in the way only I can arrange, watch what I will do in the days to come. Look with faith, because the things you once called impossible will have to bow before my will. Doors that seem tightly locked will open at the right time. Circumstances that once exhausted you will be placed under my light. Fears that once made you shrink back will no longer rule your steps. I will reveal my goodness through your very life, not so you will become proud, but so you will know that my hand is still lifting, guiding, and renewing you each day. You are not merely surviving difficult days. You are rising from the very place that once wounded you. You are not merely trying to stand, you are being lifted by me. You are not only passing through darkness, you are learning to carry light. There were seasons when you thought you had been buried, but in truth, I was planting you in a deeper place so that at the appointed time, you would rise stronger, gentler, wiser, and more full of peace. I have spoken good over you, and what I have spoken will not be cancelled by circumstances, by the words of others, or by the days when you once doubted yourself. Therefore, center your heart and look to me. I do not speak to you with noise. I do not pull you by pressure, and I do not force you to understand everything all at once. I speak to you with the steady voice of everlasting love, with tenderness enough to heal and power enough to lift you from weariness. I have seen every part of your life, every wound you tried to hide, every longing you have not dared to name, every silent prayer that never left your lips. I have gathered every tear of yours, not treating them as weakness, but keeping them as precious things before me. You have never been forgotten. You have never been invisible. You have always been known by me, deeply loved by me, called by me with a love that does not change with the seasons. Even when you passed through places where it seemed light could not reach, I was still there with you. Even when others misunderstood your heart, judged your silence, or failed to see the reasons behind the choices you had to make, I still stood beside you and understood fully. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone when you already belong to me. I am the one who created you, the Father who loves you, your refuge, and I have never abandoned you for even a moment.